Hello again, my most amazing artist, Miss Palavan here to show you how to create an optical art cube. So in the next couple of weeks until the end of the school year, you're going to be creating an optical art designed cube. And before we start talking about the cube, I want to show you some optical art so you can see what to expect. So optical art just means that you're playing tricks on your eyes. So we're going to look at some artwork from a couple of optical artists excuse me, who create art in this manner. They use a lot of lines, a lot of value, a lot of contrast, which is basically the difference between two colors, showing that they're very opposite. So they use those art elements and principles to create artwork that plays a trick on your eye. Optical means eye. So in these artworks that are in the packet that you're going to get to look at, all of the finished products show a trick that is played on your eye, but it's all simple lines that are put together. So this one looks kind of like, I call it worms, like they're kind of writhing through together. So that's one. And then you go through the packet and you'll see different ones. Some of them are upside down, so I apologize. This one kind of looks like a circle that's popping out at you. This one just looks like some simple shapes that look like they're kind of vibrating because of the contrast between them. This one kind of looks like a spider web with a similar concept, but it's kind of creating a different pattern. This one's the same thing, but it's with wavy lines instead of a circle. Similar idea with the contrast, but in a different layout. And then this one's kind of turned on its side. This one's a little bit tricky, but you can try it if you follow the directions. And then the last one is a little bit time consuming, but it turns out really cool. It kind of makes it look like this part is going back in space because the spaces are smaller together. So you're going to choose 6 different options from the packet, and you're going to put them on the faces of the cube you're going to create. So you're going to need that packet later, but let's start by setting up our cube. So I'm going to put my name on this before I start, just in case I don't finish. I have a tracer for my cube shape, so it's like a net in math class. The net is just a 3D form that is flattened. It's taken apart and flattened. So this net is going to make a cube when it is put together and all folded up. Now you'll notice that only some parts of this net have perpendicular lines to make it look like a square, because we know that the faces of a cube are a square. But over here there's some little parts that jut out. Those are little tabs to help you put together your net later. So we need to make the lines for the tabs to make it come together, and so you know where your drawing space is. So I'm going to use a ruler, and I'm going to connect these corners here, right here, 1, 2, 3, and then over here is the 4th. So I'm going to kind of line that up. I got to get my head around here so you can see and I can see too. And I'm going to draw a line the whole length of my ruler. So see how now this has tabs on it, and then the tab is going to continue over here. It's a little wonky, but it's okay. It'll be all right. Okay, and then there's a tab down here, so I need to do that line. And then tabs going down the other side. So I should end up with 6 squares and a couple tabs. It should look like there's 6 even squares. So right now I have 2 squares and 1 long rectangle. So I need 4 more squares, so I have to make some vertical lines here to divide that space up. Notice how I'm holding my ruler. I don't want to move my ruler around because then the ruler will not make a straight line. Holding my ruler with my fingers spread apart. There we go. So now I have my net design, and I'm going to draw in each section of my cube one of the choices from the Optical Art direction sheet packet. So you're just going to follow the directions. Start with the first box, add the second box, add the third box, 4th, 5th, and then if there's a 6th. So you're just going to go through, pick one for each section, and then you can color them as well, or you can leave them black and white. You could use a Sharpie if you want to. You could shade it with a pencil. You decide what you'd like to do. You can use markers, colored pencils, and Sharpie markers for this assignment. So you have the rest of the year to work on this, and then you just get to take them home. I will show you an example during class. I forgot to get it before I made the video, so I will show you during class what it looks like when it's all done. Because after this is done, you're going to cut it out and fold it, but you have to finish your drawing first. So I hope you guys enjoy doing this. I really like doing this type of artwork because it's really simple and it helps me focus. But you do your artwork how you think it works best.